Charles gonna start us in prayer this morning. Is that good?
That's great.
Y'all like that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Huh? Y'all hey, he makes everybody feel better, Charles.
Yeah.
So it's a big day, Charles.
I know it. It's wow. Look at this group. Why is everybody so quiet this morning? Man, y'all supposed to be excited. You know, when I wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, you know, I'm just excited when my eyes pop up that I have life in my body. And y'all should have that same excitement for today. I just want y'all to know that y'all are one of the best looking groups that I've seen in a long time. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, y'all the best sales staff on Highway 92 between 75 and 575. Nah, enough for the jokes, y'all. Okay. Do we have any prayer requests that anybody would like for us to pray for this morning?
Unspoken.
Unspoken. Okay.
Big unspoken.
Okay. All right. Whose phone is that? Want to put it on vibrate? Oh, that's Pat. Okay.
Charles Maria's brother is
Okay.
having difficulty.
Okay. All right. Let us go in posture of prayer. Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for allowing us to be here on this wonderful Wednesday morning. We all got here safely this morning. We're here to give you praise and glory. We want to thank you for allowing us to work for this wonderful company that we're working for. We ask that you continue to increase our salaries, increase the store's profits, help us to continue to grow, help us to connect with our customers, help us to love on our customers. We'll also come to you in prayer and ask, we're going to send our prayer requests, Lord, for Maria and her family. We want to pray for her brother. We want to ask you, Lord, to continue to bless that family. Bless it in a mighty, mighty way. If there are any unspoken prayer requests out there, Lord, we want to ask that you hear those prayers today and bless the people that are sending the prayers up, because we know that you are almighty and all-powerful and that you hear and answer all prayers. And we just want to thank you for this day. Thank you for the people that are here to provide this training for us. Continue to bless them, Lord. Let them give us some great information that's going to help us out. We ask you this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Charles. All right, thank y'all for getting up early this morning, and Todd did a good job coordinating all this. This is a huge day, though. We're getting back into furniture protection business. And what's even huger is Dad, after 30 years plus, is cut the head off the snake, so no more snake
Yeah, we
oil.
don't call this snake oil.
This ain't
anymore.
snake oil no more. So,
We killed the snake.
Yeah, we killed the snake. So he actually believes in this plan now. So we got some good friends that own a store down in South Georgia, the Turner Furniture. So really great Christian family business, similar to ours. So they've been using these folks for a few years and doing great with it. The big difference before I introduce these guys and we get started is we're actually, we got Woodstock Outlet on the front end selling it. We got the Furniture Care folks out of Oklahoma that are in the middle to administer it. And then we got our Woodstock Outlet Insurance Company that we've had to form. So we're on the front end of it, and we're on making money, and the back end of it making money. And for the sales folks, I know a lot of y'all, minus Annette, have been wanting to, where's Annette at? Minus Annette, like I said. So y'all been wanting this back because you're talking about, y'all have lost a lot of income. Our P&L since we quit it last May has suffered tremendously. Profit has suffered as a company. So we know we had a lot of issues with the Mega before and all the rest of them. So real quick before they start, the typical setup in this industry is there's usually a local sales rep that's buddy with all of us that we get to be too good of friends with, that makes a lot of commission. Then there's a company. So the rep's making all this money, we're paying all this money to the product protection company, and then whatever they don't pay out in claims to take care of our customers, they get to keep the money. That's their big pot of profit. So that's the normal business model for product protection. So they're incentivized to not take good care of our customers, so they get to keep the pot of money. So this business model totally different. Cause like I say, we're selling it on the front end at a hopefully a good profit for everybody. Then we're paying them, I think, $16 per contract to do all the legal, administer everything, administer our insurance company, and then so then all the claim money goes into Woodstock Island Insurance Company, and we hope we don't run out of that pot of money to pay the claims. So that's why total different business model, because we want to take great care of our customers, and we want to do what the plan says it'll cover. That's what we want to cover. So and our techs, for the most part, will still be going out doing the work. They'll get into all the details, but total different deal. And like I told y'all at our open enrollment back in July or end of June, whenever it was, our insurance cost, since we're all self-funded, is so huge. We're hoping that by adding this program back to Woodstock Outlet, we're going to make enough profit off of this to really help contain our insurance cost. Because I know all y'all August 1st, your paycheck stayed the same. Even though we couldn't afford it, we did it so that you wouldn't have less of a paycheck. So hopefully if we all understand, like the $29.99 delivery, we went up on our delivery charge by $29.99. That literally pays the payment on our new distribution center. So every time you get the full price delivery, you need to be thinking we just made the payment on our new building. So, and all of y'all are enjoying that new building versus the old days, how it was. So, but I ain't gonna bore you no more. I don't know if Todd or Dad's got something real quick, but anyway, Danny is the owner of one of the owners of this Furniture Care Protection, and Shad used to, I guess, work for you, and you can go into the rest of the details.
Absolutely.
But thank you, appreciate it.
Let me say something, this, what you got? James?
Right.
Brian, Randall needs you for Rome.
Just remembered something when you said that. Yeah, I think this is the best plan overall that we've ever seen. I mean, really, because y'all know I've been skeptical about all the stuff over the years that we've sold. It sounded good on the front end, but when you get to the backside, to Cassandra's side, it'll bite you, right? It was a cobra, right? So we threatened to have a cobra put on the box of this furniture. Anyway, but this is, I think, a great plan. We got a lot of opportunity here. Y'all have an opportunity to make money, and can certainly help the company, because y'all know we've been struggling this whole year. Really is to put some money on the bottom line. It's been usually been more months than they've been money. You know, there's money runs out before the end of the month. So anyway, this is a great way to hopefully go a long ways towards fixing this. So we really need y'all to come through and do the best we can at helping the customers with this program. All right? That's all I want. Thank y'all for coming. I only came because I heard there's food, but, but anyway, but thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Danny Minnick. That is our Director of Operations over there. His name is Shad Riley. I'm going to give you a brief background of where we came from and what we do, so you guys don't think we're up here just blowing smoke and think we are a mega. We're a guardsman, a guardian, a uniters. We are not. Completely polar opposite of the concept. I started a little over 30 years ago in the furniture industry. I started for this little bitty company in Oklahoma called Mathis Brothers Furniture. If you've been in the furniture business very long, you know who they are. They've been top 20 for the last 40 years. I started as Director of Customer Service for them. I grew to, after about 10 years of being the Director of Customer Service for them, to their store manager. I ran the Oklahoma City store for the Mathis Brothers flagship. I had 144 salespeople, 11 sales managers, 350 employees underneath my roof. We did $110 million in volume out of the one store each year. One thing that happened to me every morning when I'd come in, I'd have 30 to 40 messages every morning, because we were doing business with a company at the time called Staying Safe. If any of y'all have been in the furniture business very long, you know who they were. Their model was to take all the money from Mathis Brothers selling warranties and deny every claim to every one of my customers. So after about 2 to 3 years of this, I met two of my business partners who explained to me a new concept. It's called a dealer participation program. If you get nothing else out of this meeting this morning, remember this one concept. I don't make $1 more if I deny a claim to your consumer. The Megas, the Unitors, the Guardians, the Guardsmen, their model is broken. You're in an adverse relationship doing business with them, because every time you enroll one of your consumers in your program, they make more money if they deny a claim to their consumer. It is so bad that they actually spiff their phone people for who has the most denials each week. Is that a benefit for your customer? No. Absolutely not. Well, after a couple of years of visiting with my two business partners, we brought this concept that's been out there forever on the car world, where each retailer owns his own. We set it up and we rolled it out for my company. After about 10 years, it became the most profitable and most customer service friendly tool that my salespeople had. I decided to take this to the furniture world a little over 10 years ago. We now have 55 of the top 100s. We have over 550 rooftops in the United States and 30 states doing this program. Not one of my customers have ever left us. And that is because about what I'm going to explain to you. This is no longer a warranty program. This is no longer faggot treatment. This is no longer, as everybody calls the Guardsmen Guardians of the world, snake oil. This is a benefits program to your consumer. From this day going forward, everything you explain to your consumer will happen. Before your customer is ever denied a claim, and I'm talking about a clearly denied claim, their pet badger ate the corner of their sofa, destroyed it. Before we ever deny a claim to your consumer, Junior, Brian, and Todd will get an email from us with pictures and exactly what your consumer has told us. They will direct us on how to take care of that customer. I don't know who your customer is. I don't know if they spent $100 here, if they spent $10,000 with you. They're going to know exactly what it's going to cost to repair the product and what happened to your customer. If I promise you, if it's a decent customer, even if it would be a denied claim, they're going to instruct me to take care of your customer. They want to make them happy. And the reason why we do this, so you guys know, is if any of y'all have dealt with any of the service end of the program, whenever they're mad at Mega, they've been turned down, everything. When they finally get here and they go to Todd, they go to Brian, if they give them something brand new, they're still mad at Woodstock Furniture because they had to burn down bridges to get something done. If you're going to do that on the back end, why not take all the credit and benefit on the front end? So remember, I do not make $1 more if we deny a claim to your consumer. You will know before a denial happens to your consumer. Now, how many in here understand how a commissioned salesperson makes more money? Sell more people more furniture, right? It's not brain surgery. You guys need to look. How many in here are commission sales, first of all? Let's do it that way. Almost everybody in this room, right? Who in here can tell me what is the highest paid profession in the world? Commission sales. You need to look at your business now like a swimming pool. In the swimming pool, you got a shallow end and you got a deep end. On the deep end, you got the diving board. You tread water when you jump off that diving board. In the shallow end, you're standing there. And in your shallow end, you have your warehouse employees, you have your delivery drivers, you have your accounting office, you have your front office, you have your cashiers. They make an hourly salary. They get paid whether one stick of furniture goes out that front door. But their salaries are status. You guys have chosen to get out of the shallow end of the pool, go to the deep end of the pool, jump off, and tread water. Because you need to think about your business just like treading water. What happens if you quit swimming in the deep end of the pool? What happens if you don't sell furniture this month?
You don't eat.
You don't eat. So, even though these are probably the two, and I'm not just saying this because I'm standing here in front of them, but Junior and Brian may be the two best business owners I've ever met in my entire life on how much they care for their employees. But I'm almost positive with that statement that at the end of this month, Charlie here didn't sell very much. Had a bad month. It was a rough month for him. He didn't get anything out the door. They don't go pull his sales report at the end of the month going, we know his house payments due, we know his car payments due, we know little Johnny's in college. Todd, wire transfer some money into his account because he didn't have a good month. They don't do that, do they? But what they do is they compensate you exceptionally well for selling because they understand the concept. You have chosen to not stay status. You want to increase your income. With that being said, sell more people more furniture, right? I'm going to help you with that today. You're going to give yourself a raise. If you sell that chair, what do they pay you in commission on that chair?
5%.
Say it louder.
5%.
Now, as of today, starting today after this, when you sell that chair, you enroll your consumer into your benefits program. You are now going to get 15% commission on that. I went to a public university. I went to the University of Oklahoma. We weren't known as very good math geniuses, but I understand the concept between 5% and 15%. One, I'm going to barely pay my bills. The other one, I'm going to sit a little bit easier. This is a benefits program. I want you guys to get this in your head. This is no longer warranties, extended warranties, spray. We're going to start enrolling consumers in our benefits program. If you use that term, I promise you, you're going to give yourself a raise today. Right now, if you go to Best Buys, Cons, anybody, when's the last time anybody's bought something electronic in here?
Last week.
When did that salesperson approach you with their warranty?
At the counter.
This is at the register.
At the register, that's exactly right. And what do? We're all Heisman Trophy candidates.
Nope.
Got the ball tucked. We're stiff arming them. I'm telling you, we can all run the ball in this deal. Before it even gets a spill out, nope, don't need it. Because they don't believe in it. They're padding their stats. When Mr. and Mrs. Jones walks through that front door, and they all tell you the exact same thing every time they walk through the door,
I'm just looking.
isn't that amazing? Out of 1 billion consumers that shop furniture every year, we're all just looking. No, we're not. We're not just looking. We're all on purpose. When we go somewhere, we're buying. But when they finally give you that little home run pitch and let you in because you just tell them you're not just looking, but I'm your furniture expert. I'm not here to sell you a thing today, but I'm here to explain every bit of the furniture that's in this building. What I do as a salesperson just now, I disarmed them. You're exactly right. Always use that as your opening sale to them. I'm not here to sell you anything today, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, but I am here to answer every question you have. They're going to tell you they're here to buy a brown sectional, dining table and chairs. When you tell them, let's go this way, take them to them, this is when you guys are going to give yourself the raise, not when you get to the furniture. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, before you leave here today, do not forget to have me enroll you in Woodstock's benefit program. Say nothing else. Put that in their ear, say nothing else. The next thing you're going to tell them is when you're walking them to these bays, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, we have professional designers that work our showroom floors. When we get to this bay, I want you to look at the accessories that are in it. I want you to look at the pictures on the wall. I want you to look at the lamps on the dressers, the tables. I want you to look at the rugs underneath the tables. Put that in their mind before they get there. When they get to these bays, and trust me guys, I can sell ice to Eskimos. Your job is to sell more people more furniture. Give yourself a raise. Put the idea when they finally go into this bay and they're looking at this sofa and love seat. They're not just looking at that sofa and love seat. When they first come in, I promise you, the first thing they're going to look at are the lamps. Then they're going to look at the table sitting there, and they're going to look at the accessories you got in there. When you're pitching that product to them, explain to them, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, when is the last time you replaced your tables? I know you told me you just wanted brown sectional today. When's the last time you replaced it? I want this to look just like this in your home. What's the worst thing they can say to you?
Nope.
They can't eat you, they can't kill you, they don't get the firstborn. All they can do is say no. You have chosen to be commission sales. If you can't accept that word no, you've chosen the wrong profession. But if you can and you wipe it off your shoulder and keep going, you're in the right business. Trust me on this. The next thing you need to be very confident. What I mean by very confident is I promise you guys, you would not know if I'm having a bad day ever when I'm standing in front of you.
That's right.
I will fake it. I promise you, if I backed out of the driveway this morning and ran over my little pet bear, who's my little German Shepherd, and killed him, knowing it was going to crush my boy's entire life, when I came in front of you guys, you wouldn't know it. Every time I'm in front of a consumer, I promise you, I've got a smile on my face. I'm as positive and as confident as I can be. After that consumer buys from you, go to the bathroom, cry a little bit, get it out. But when you come back on that sales floor, right there, that beautiful little smile right there. Nobody wants to buy from a dark cloud. Nobody wants to buy from somebody that's having a bad day. And they can read it in your mind. They can see it on your face. You guys think I'm crazy, but your facial expressions are going to be how successful you are. And trust me, I've been in this business now, like I said, for 30-some years. If you guys take a little bit from these meetings, I promise you I'm going to help you give a raise. Questions so far, I go really, really fast. Yes, sir.
You put out a number, so the commission on this product is how much?
15%.
Okay.
Yep. And that's for enrolling our consumers in our benefits program.
Is that with respects to across the board? Because I see there's 3 pieces of paper.
Correct.
One's for outdoor,
Yep.
power base. and
Power base and
furniture.
furniture, correct.
Okay.
And we're going to go through that here in a second, okay?
Got one over here.
Yes, sir.
Just to clarify, that is 15% on the actual protection, not on the actual product.
Correct. Yes. Any other questions?
We need a paper, I think the paper's.
Shad?
What was it? I'm sorry.
They don't have warranties.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Uh,
I got one more.
You need one? All right. As she just said, there are 3 pieces of paper here. You're going to have 3 benefits programs. One is furniture, one is outdoor, one is power base. We'll start with the power base one because it's the easiest to go through. And I am getting old and I have to use these to see anymore. All right. What is covered? You're covering for 10 years on power base. The breakage of the mechanisms, sleeper mechanisms, reclining mechanisms, heating, vibrating mechanisms, the breakage of the welds, the breakage of the steel frames, the failure of the electrical components, the wiring, the motors, the remote control devices. You are extending the manufacturer's warranty now from 1 year on parts and labor to 10 years complete. I promise you guys, this should be a lay-down benefits program to your consumer if they're buying power bases. Who does not want to guarantee that their adjustable base is going to work properly for 10 years? Questions on that? This is the easy one. Yes, sir.
How much?
15%. Oh, how much are you selling it for?
Yeah, what's the cost?
Brian's going to give you guys all that, I think, today. Am I right on that, Todd? Yep, you guys will get all that today. All right? Now, let's go into the fun stuff. The benefits of your furniture. And remember, this is a benefits. This is not a warranty. This is not an extended warranty. This is nothing. This is a benefits program. You guys are covering household food and beverage stains. If you notice, we don't say if we're covering cherry Kool-Aid, if we're covering wine, those days are over. The gray areas are over. If your consumer calls in with a stain, we're going to take care of it. We never even ask your consumer what the stain is, just so you guys know. You're covering stains from human, pet saliva, urine, stomach fluid, or blood. I've never understood why some of the people out there cover it on human, but they don't cover it on pets. Can you really tell me if your tech walks into the house, he can tell if little Johnny did it or if the dog did it? I'm going to go ahead and say no. Those are gray areas for them to deny claims. We are not in the claim denial business. All right, you're covering accidental burns, singe marks caused by brief contact with flame and heat, accidental ballpoint ink, wax crayon, facial cosmetics, nail polish remover, color transfers from blue jeans, newspaper, accidental punctures, cuts, tears, or rips. A&P leather and vinyl, that is every piece of leather that's in this building. You're covering household food and beverage stains, stains from human, pet saliva, urine, stomach fluid, or blood, accidental burns, singe marks caused by brief contact with flame, accidental ballpoint ink, wax crayon, facial cosmetics, nail polish remover, color transfers of denim jeans and newspaper, cracking and peeling in top grain leather in all seating areas, cracking and peeling of all leather and vinyl in non-seating areas. Just so you know, there is a difference. Your bonded, blended polyurethane and vinyl are only covered on the outside panels, not where you sit and touch. Top grain leather, anything that is top grain leather in here, the entire piece is covered in cracking and peeling. But both the A&P leather, the vinyl, and the bonded still have all the accidental punctures, cuts, rips, tears, burns, all that. Okay? Questions on that? Yes, ma'am?
So if they buy like a performance fabric, polyurethane, polyester, it's not covered on the areas where they sit.
Where they sit, on the cracking and peeling only.
Okay.
Everything else is covered. Okay? You're covering the accidental punctures, cuts, tears, and rips on leather and vinyl.
Question here.
Yes?
One of the largest problems we've had over the last few years, other than the bonded peeling, has been some of the leather manufacturers, basically the finish just flipping rugs off. Flex and Namois had some huge problems. Would that be a covered, it doesn't specifically say, hey, your color just rubs off of it, but is that under one of the...
So everyday wear and tear is not really covered. We're going to take those on an individual basis when they send it in. If they send it in and it's a top grain leather and something like that's happening, I promise you Junior, Todd, and Brian are going to explain to us to take care of that for your consumer.
You guys had to run into that.
We run into it every day, yes.
Yeah, just hair oils or just the decoloring of leather, just from natural wear, usually in hand spots or head spots where they come off. So it is natural wear, the clarification of it. So we would not cover it, and we would make you guys aware before we denied the customer.
Good question. All right, you're also on fabric and leather. You're covering the breakage of the frames, panels, and springs, the breakage of the reclining mechanisms, heating, vibrating mechanisms, power. So everything on the manufacturer's warranty now is going to a 4-year program. Just so you guys know, this is a 4-year program. So you're extending the manufacturer's warranty out from 1 year to 4 year. The only thing we do not cover under the manufacturer's warranty are seam separation and cushion density. Those are still staying with the 1-year manufacturer's warranty. Questions on the fabric and leather so far? Yes, sir.
You're not covering the fabric for 4 years.
We are not covering fabric, no. That is correct. Good question. Yeah, yes, ma'am?
So it's not, excuse me, it's not the 1-year warranty plus 4, it's total 4.
Total 4 years.
Okay.
Yes. Correct. Yes, sir?
What were the two things, seam separation and what was the other?
Cushion density, the cores breaking down.
So peeling and picking up fabric is not covered.
On fabric?
Yeah.
No.
Grain.
No. Just the manufacturer's warranty takes for the first year. We do not cover fabrics. Just accidents. All accidents.
All accidents.
Good questions.
Well, I have an accident on my building in Pickens.
All right, next. This is my favorite. Go, yes, ma'am.
Single incident, and then the warranty.
Yeah, I was going to go in that end, but I'll do it right now since you've asked that question. All right, so we will replace any part twice. We will fix any accident, whether it's cleaning, stuff like that. That's unlimited. But if they replace the product, if we even exchange the product or they reselect on the product because that product's no longer available, the warranty has been used in full, and you are allowed to re-enroll them in the benefits program on the new product.
Good.
Okay, very good question. And then we'll hit the other part of that right now while we're talking. We are affected pieces only, but we consider a sectional one piece. We consider a table and 6 chairs. If one of those chairs are broke, we're going to give them credit on all the chairs. Headboard, footboard, rails, that's one piece. But if it's a sofa, love seat, chair, if that love seat's damaged, we're going to fix the love seat only or replace the love seat only. What happens a lot of times, so you guys know, because a lot of people will come in here and say, oh, I can't find anything to match, whatever. Then we will offer them a pretty good cash settlement to keep what they want, and they normally do it that way. Any questions so far? Good. All right. Yes, sir?
So the love seat can't be repaired or replaced, and they're stuck with the 2 pieces.
Correct. And they'll have full credit on that love seat to reselect. If they choose not to reselect because they can't find something, then we'll offer them a cash settlement to keep it like it is.
Headboard, footboard, rails, one piece.
One piece.
So if I do no longer sell the headboard, footboard, and rail, but I love the rest of my pieces, I've got to find something to match.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's a Reliant piece, then we're not gonna leave them isolated with the Reliant piece to their product. And if it gets down really, I mean, if you get down to like rails breaking, things like that, then we'll offer different solutions, either get it fixed, metal rails, some type of cash settlement, something, try to help them out as much as possible.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have a question about sectional. Like one piece is broke, will they get a credit for the whole thing?
Yes, section. We consider sectional as one piece.
When you say you'd offer them a cash settlement, if, let's say, they can't find a love seat to go with their sofa chair, would that cash settlement possibly exceed the amount of the contract, the price they paid for the warranty?
It could, depending on the price of that love seat or sofa. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. We're going to make it beneficial to them. We're not going to leave your customer hanging. Yes.
So I'm assuming that cash settlement must be spent within Woodstock Furniture Rally?
No, when we do a cash settlement, they get a check sent back from us, and they get to keep the product like it is. But that product no longer has a warranty on it. Yep.
So that makes sense. So they keep the product.
Yep.
And we give them some money.
Some money to just keep
as
it.
is,
Correct.
because there's no other resolution.
Correct.
You said table and 4 chairs, and you said one of the chairs were broken.
We'll replace all the chairs, not the table. The table's its own.
Only if you can't get the replacement chair.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what.
Only if it can't be replaced.
And that's one of the reasons that they chose the 4-year warranty is the likelihood of being able to offer replacements still out there instead of being discontinued at the manufacturer. We're still able to get parts, so limiting the length of the warranty actually helps your customer experience.
All right. All right. Going on to my favorite. Every one of you from this day forward, if you listen to what I'm about to tell you, will enroll every consumer in your benefits program. When you guys had Mega, did you guys do the wood the wood part of the policy? Or did you guys just do fabric and leather? You did wood. How many of y'all enrolled every consumer that you had in your wood program? Would not let them walk out that door without being in the wood program?
Dan, what I've always heard, and I think everybody would agree, that they just virtually could not sell it on a wood product.
Well, we're going to give them the reason why.
So they just.
How many in here can tell me what the manufactured warranty is on this? Say it louder.
1 year.
All right. How about on that bedroom suit over there? How about on that chest over there? How about on all your table and chairs in this building? Anybody care to venture why all case good manufacturers have put a 1-year warranty on their product?
So everything's gonna happen is gonna happen after the first year.
I think he worked for one of them. Every one of our manufacturers know the statistic I'm about to give you. 92% of all manufacturers' defects happens from the 24th month or the 36th month. That's after 12 months, isn't it? So what happens to your consumer? They're left out there with a season split, joint separation. Nothing to do except pay for somebody to come fix it, right? They've banked their entire businesses off of 1 year of extreme heat, 1 year of extreme drought, 1 year of extreme humidity, and 1 year of extreme cold. The 4 worst climates for wood. I've been to Atlanta, Georgia now. This is my 4th time. And in my 4 visits here, I've experienced 2 of them. The heat and the humidity. And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I've only been here 4 times, and in 4 times, I've experienced 2 of them. Why will you not explain the benefits of our program? Because you now are extending that manufacturer's warranty from 1 year to 48 months. You're going to take care of every consumer that buys a case good product from you from this day forward. And you need to be that confident when you're explaining it to them, because they can't go to a competitor down the road and get a better warranty. Yes, sir.
So it would be a fair portrayal.
Sun exposure, accidental damage from fingernail polish remover, failure of the assembled joints, which is the manufacturer's warranty, water or household beverage marks, stains, and rings, accidental scratches penetrating the top coat finish, accidental dents, gouges, chipping penetrating the top coat finish, peeling of the finishes of solid and veneer surfaces, which is the manufacturer's warranty. You now are going to take care of your consumer for 48 months. I promise you guys, be that confident when you're explaining it to them. And when you are, you'll be really surprised. You're going to give yourself a raise because you're truly enrolling them in a benefits program now. Because I promise you, Shad's people will tell you, every one of our claims comes from the 24th month through the 36th month. And the manufacturers know that. Next, do you guys do mattress protectors?
Yes.
How many of you all, I've got nothing to do with it, that won't be part of our deal, but how many of you all enroll every customer in your mattress benefits program that buys a mattress from you? Everyone. No, I would not let a consumer out of here, and I'm going to give you a brief explanation why. What color is every mattress in that department?
Not every.
Well, you're going to know where I'm going with this. They're all white till about 2 years ago. So, when I started in the furniture business, and I'm going to tell you how old I am now, in 1987, every mattress cover were royal blues, beautiful black fabrics, just great pattern fabrics. But you know what the warranty on these mattresses were? 5 years, some 7 years. No such thing as a 10-year warranty. No such thing. 1990 happened. In 1990, the big 3 S's, Simmons, Serta, and Sealy went after each other. Simmons was the first one. I don't know if you guys remember where they had the bowling pin on the bed and they dropped the bowling ball on the other side and it didn't fall. They went to a 10-year unconditional. Sealy, being Stearns & Foster, being the elite of the mattress world, decided they could not tolerate that. There's no way Simmons could put a better warranty on there, so they went to a 15-year unconditional warranty. Well, of course, Serta decided there's no way they could be outdone by Simmons and Sealy, so they went to a 20-year unconditional warranty. Can anybody in here tell me what every mattress rep tells you your consumer should do every 8 years?
Get a new mattress.
Have any of y'all given them that dumb dog look and cocked your head and looked at them and said, well, that doesn't make much sense to me. You're putting 20-year unconditional, 15-year unconditional warranties on, but you're telling me this mattress is done in 8 years. Huh. Well, the mattress people understood that concept too. They could put any warranty on that mattress they wanted. All they had to do is change the covers from these beautiful fabrics to white. Because what voids a manufacturer's warranty? What do you think the number one stain on a mattress warranty voided is? Who said that? One of the first persons in any of my meetings that ever knew that. Incredible. So you actually know what I'm talking about. Sweat. Perspiration is the number one voided manufacturer warranty on mattresses. What do you all think every 240 Americans that walk the face of the earth every day does? Your body has to sweat. If you do not perspire, you will overheat, you will die. So when Mr. and Mrs. Jones goes home tonight with those $1,000 mattresses, $5,000, $10,000, I mean those astronomical price mattresses, if you do not enroll them in your program, when they go home tonight and sleep on that bed, they have voided their manufacturer's warranty the very first night. Because here's what happens when they do have a claim in a year, 2 years, 3 years. They come out with these little black lights. They take the sheets off the bed. They take these black lights over the top of the mattress before they will do anything. Guess what a black light will show? It'll show everything. And then they go over to that wall label and they explain to Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I apologize, but under the health codes, this voids your manufacturer warranty. I apologize, your sales associate, Woodstock Furniture, didn't tell you that. There's nothing we could do. I'd call them if I was you, and they walk out the door. Guess who gets that phone call? Do not be afraid to explain that benefit to your consumer. They can't go to mattress firms. They can't go to Comfort Zones. They can't go to whoever else is in Atlanta, Georgia, selling mattresses and get a different warranty. Every manufacturer voids the warranty if there's a stain on it. Not to mention the health issues in this. What does a mattress do every 8 years if you do not have a mattress pad on it? Does anybody care to venture what's in that?
No, not really.
No. I mean, the health benefits alone.
That's fine.
Now, here's where I'm going with this. And he already hit the nail on the head. In 2000, a guy named Eugene Aledo came out of this world with a company called Bedgear. Developed a waterproof pad. Well, then a company called Pure Care, DreamFit, Maloof, they all came out with these waterproof pads. Guess what these pads did for their consumers? They protected those mattress and box springs. Guess what happened to Stearns, Sealy, Simmons, Serta in about 2012, 2013?
They lowered the warranties.
They started losing their shorts because they were having to stand behind these mattresses that were 12 years old, 13 years old, that had 15 and 20 year unconditional warranty on them. And we all know nothing lasts that long. So what did they do? There we go. Now we're backing these warranties back up to where they should have been originally. Remember, guys, I have nothing to do with that, but give yourself a raise. Do not be scared to explain the benefits of that to your consumer. Questions so far? Yes, sir.
What are we going to do first when the customer calls in and say that they have an issue with whatever they purchased?
Yeah, if it's a good question. If it's or if it's something that's covered through Furniture Care, stain, rip, tear, just refer them to our 888 number. They'll contact us. Our call center, just so everybody's aware, we're in Edmond, Oklahoma. On East time, at 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday is when our techs are actually in the call center answering. But if your customer calls 24/7, 365, they are going to get a live voice. We're going to start the claim. We're going to request your customer email us or text us a picture of the problem. We're going to evaluate that problem and proceed forward. So if they have a problem with it, contact us. We're going to take that. Our average wait time, just so you guys are aware, on our call center is 18 seconds. Okay, so your customer not going to sit on hold a long time. They're not going to have to push a bunch of buttons to get to this, to that. We're going to answer the call. We're going to evaluate the claim. Based on the evaluation, we're going to send a tech, order the parts. We try to have a one-time completion rate. We try to, based on the evaluation of the picture, we're going to order the part. We can tell if we can fix it or send a tech. One thing good with Woodstock is we're going to use your own techs, so you guys have the ability to control your customer experience. So we'll send your text out, and we'll send that through a resolution letter to your service team, get that coordinated to go out.
So
Yes.
replacement's gonna be discussed when?
That's final option. So if we can't fix it, we can't repair it, then we're gonna check availability here at the store. And if you guys have availability and it's cost effective to do the exchange, we'll proceed with that. If it's to discontinue, then we'll look at a cash settlement or in-store credit.
So we're gonna service first.
Absolutely.
We're gonna
Absolutely.
service first.
Do we defer to the manufacturer the first year or to you?
Absolutely. So, excellent question. So I'm not into the business of, that's not us.
Okay.
Right? So what's going to happen, we're going to facilitate that call. And then we're going to email your service team, hey, this is still under the manufacturer warranty, please reach out to the consumer. I will never tell the customer, that's not us, call them. We're going to take that call, even if we get a bunch of delivery calls. It got delivered, it's got this, what do I do? Absolutely, thanks for the call. We'll register it and we'll email our contact point here and let them know, hey, there's a manufacturing issue or a delivery issue, please proceed, contact the customer. Yes, sir.
Like here in the store, if we receive a call from a customer that has purchased the warranty, are we gonna funnel it through, this kind of a standard question, are we gonna send all those calls?
So
Let me answer that one
Go
real
ahead.
quick. All right, so if you're doing business with Mega, Guardsman, Guardians of the world, they will not allow you guys to start a claim with them for one reason. They know you can get around the gray areas for them to deny a claim. If I'm a sales associate, and you do not have to do this only if you want to, but if I'm a sales associate and my consumer calls me, first thing out of my mouth is, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to get this handled for you. I'm going to take her name, number, and just kind of a brief explanation what she told me. One, I'm either going to call the 88 number myself, or I'm going to send an email to claims at Furniture Care Protection. If you choose to pick up the phone and call the 888 number, when our service techs answer the phone, tell them you are a sales associate at Woodstock Furniture. They know their job to get you off the phone. Your job is not to adjudicate claims. All you will do is say, hey, Mrs. Jones called me and said she had a stain. Mrs. Jones told me her dog just tore the sofa. Just anything minor. We need their name and their phone number. We're going to contact them. We'll reach back out to them. You can email the claim with the information. Mrs. Jones just called, and send it off to us. What I would do as a sales associate, I'd wait about 48 hours to 72 hours. I'd pick up the phone and call her back. Mrs. Jones, this is Danny Minnick from Woodstock Furniture. I just want to make sure Furniture Care Protection called you back and are doing what they say they're going to do. And she's going to kind of go into it. What I would also do as a sales associate, I'd look and see what the last thing she purchased from us was. See if we're running any specials, any sales. Tell her. The worst thing she can say is no on the phone, or the best thing she can say is, yeah, I need something like that. I'll come down and take a look. The more communication you have with your consumer, the better off you are. And that's actually how I would explain the benefits program to your consumer is, Mr. or Mrs. Jones, not if, but when you have a problem, I'm your guy. Pick up the phone and call me, and I'm going to make it go away for you, because it's now going to be that easy. That's a very good question. Yes, sir?
What happens if they relocate?
We are in all the states. If they're in Alaska, we take care of it. If they're in Hawaii, we take care of it. If they go to Canada, they're on their own. If they go to Mexico, they're on their own. Ours. We have them all through. We're in 30 states right now, but we have service techs in all 50. Yes, ma'am.
For the customer comes in, just for clarification, customer comes in, the first year I'm rolling to my customer service, sending them to my customer service.
If they come in,
It just depends. If it's a stain, rip, if it's part of the accidental policy,
It's
then
us.
That would come to Furniture Care.
If it's bedding,
If it's
you or is Sealy?
Sealy.
Yes.
We have nothing to do with the bedding program at this point, or the mattress pads, but if it's a manufacturing claim, if you don't know, we'll facilitate
Yeah, we'll
that
help
call.
you.
So, yes, sir.
Well, back to mattresses. Are you covering mattresses?
no, that's through your company you're using right now. Whoever bed guard you're using right now, I'm just helping you explain the benefits of it.
Danny,
Gotcha.
real quick, yeah, he was just helping coach you a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
In the warranty
a
situation.
little bit
Right.
on the path, but, we got the golden rule at Woodstock Outlet, so you could never tell a customer call an 888 number. That's not an option at Woodstock House. We
I like
can never
that.
tell a customer to call anybody.
That's
So everybody
fantastic.
here, if you get the call, you have to email or make the call. Yeah, that's not an option at Woodstock.
You know,
That's
Shad,
the way we
Shad
do
hadn't
it.
addressed that part yet, because Brian and I are on the same page. As long as I own Furniture Care Protection, my service department, like he said, if they call and they had a delivery from Woodstock Furniture today, and your delivery driver hit the door jamb and broke the door jamb, we're gonna start facilitating that claim with your service department. We're not gonna tell your customer, "That has nothing to do with us." We're going to take care of it. I cannot stand when people tell me it's not my deal, we have nothing to do with
I
it.
get that. My question is, I call customer service, I call whoever needs to be called, I just want to know who to call.
If you can diagnose through that from the start, any accident in the first year, rip, stain, tears, burns, stains, anything like that, comes through us. But if their sofa's breaking down, frames breaking down, or their table season splitting, in the first year, it's gonna go through your service department. If you call us, we're gonna start facilitating it too.
There's one, we are not covering pet damage, is that correct?
You are not covering pet damage, no. Yes, ma'am?
What about, it does say accidental puncture, cut, tear, or rip, so if a pet claw was to accidentally puncture.
Beaks, teeth, and claws are not covered.
Okay, got it.
Say it again.
Beaks, teeth, and claws are not covered. But remember one thing, this is your company, this is your policy. If Mrs. Jones calls us and her dog's ripped the seat cushion or chewed the corner off and she spent a couple of $1,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 with you, and I send that to Brian and Todd and they look at it and it's going to cost $100 to fix, what do you think they're going to tell me to do? But the flip side of that is when Mr. and Mrs. Jones ask you, does this cover everything? No, ma'am. You flat blatantly lied to them, and I promise you they won't enroll in the program if you tell them yes. That's when you get real confident, is especially on stuff like that. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, this doesn't cover everything. If little Johnny goes home and uses this as a trampoline, it's not going to be covered. If little Johnny goes home, takes a butcher knife out and cuts up the entire sofa, it's not going to be covered. Little Johnny on the flip side comes home, jumps on the sofa and breaks the arm on it. We're going to take care of it. Or little Johnny comes out and has a pair of scissors, has a knife in his hand or whatever, comes in and stabs a hole in your sofa. We're going to take care of it. Yeah, little.
Let's get rid of little Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
So basically what you're saying is you guys don't cover accumulation.
We do not cover accumulation and abuse. That is the only denial they will get from us. But once again, before that is denied, you guys will know about it, have seen it. Because once again, we are not in the denial business. We make no money for denying your customer. We're going to try to take care of every customer that calls in. Yes, sir?
Mrs. Jones has a stain on this arm, and she has a stain on the backrest, and she has a stain on the opposite arm.
And she calls it all in at the same time.
Right.
What we're going to have her do is take a picture of the entire deal. If it looks like it is worn and abused, that would normally be a denial on our end, but we'll send it to you first. But if Mrs. Jones has that stain, calls us, calls the next day and has another stain, that's going to be covered. Calls the next day and has another stain, that's going to be covered.
And JJ, that's one of the reasons we request the pictures so we can evaluate the overall condition of the product.
To make sure your
So-
consumers aren't taking advantage of you.
And so it states on our contract they must call within 5 days. We don't ask how long. We just want to see the picture and evaluate it. Now, in our business, the quicker they call, the better our recovery rate is and our completion rate is. And so you want your consumer to call as soon as it happens, so we can get it documented so it's out there in case another things happen, so we don't misinterpret it as accumulation if some things happen. So
Right. So
call in as
if
soon as possible.
if it's a real stain and we don't send our technicians out, we'll call a service that specializes in cleaning fabric.
Correct.
So
We
if
have a
the
question over here.
if
Is
the
there a cap on
Hold on.
claims? Hold on.
JJ's talking. Hold on.
Hang on.
if the technician or if the outside technician goes out and they say we can't clean this, we couldn't tell from the pictures because you can't see everything in the pictures.
Right.
The accumulation of the stains, and I know you've already covered this, but I just want everybody to hear this, because we get that call sometimes from the third party cleaning service saying this can't be cleaned.
Now, if it's just a stain, we're then gonna order a part to replace that. But if they call you back and you tell us that it was abuse and accumulation, then that's when we're gonna call them with the denial on it. Yes, ma'am.
Is there a cap on claims?
Okay, so claims, you can have unlimited number of rips and stains. We are only going to replace each part of each product twice, or we're going to replace the product once. If we replace a product once in full, that has, the warranty's been used in full, but you can re-enroll them in the new product if you choose. Yes, ma'am.
So like that scenario that JJ just gave you, wouldn't that be multiple claims, that scenario he gave you?
Well,
He said he had a stain here, stain here.
Yeah,
stain
but-
here. Wouldn't that be multiple
Well,
claims?
it's a stain though, so we're gonna clean it. Okay, now if we couldn't clean it, we had to order an inside back, that's one time. I'll order an inside back twice. I'll order an outside arm twice. Okay, so we'll order each part of it twice, up to 2 times.
But we're not selling a cleaning service here.
No, it is not a cleaning service.
Exactly.
It's an
a
accidental
spot cleaning
policy.
only. So in JJ's scenario with multiple stains, it's gonna be construed as accumulation. Okay, now if it's a singular stain on an arm, we'll clean that. If she calls 6 months later, hey, I got a stain on that same arm, we're gonna clean it. She calls a year from now, I got a stain, we're gonna clean it, as long as the product is not neglected and not accumulation.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
back to little Johnny.
Yeah,
Because it says we cover accidental punctures and cuts of hair.
correct.
I mean, if little Johnny had a pair of scissors and accidentally,
If it's.
No, that's covered. But if little Johnny takes those same scissors and cuts his name out in the back panel, that's a behavioral issue. That's not an accident. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, little Johnny's gonna, you'd be really surprised. Our kids' accidental punctures are the biggest claim, as long as they're not abusing it.
Yeah, little Johnny needs to call it, parents need to call a different number for him, he's in trouble.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
On sofas and chairs that have attached cushions, I'm guessing there's nothing you can do. I mean, you can't order a new part.
Oh, yeah, we
right?
can. Oh, absolutely.
But for attached.
Yeah, cut its own parts, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kind of a backside issue question, but some of our manufacturers do carry warranties. Let's just use a recliner mech, for example. It's a limited warranty and we're year number 3. They'll provide a mech, but they won't put it in.
Correct.
Do you guys feel that?
Your parts and labor now, you're extending that manufacturer's warranty for 48 months.
So who would handle, like if somebody calls with that kind of, you know, my mech has failed or whatever, do we give it to our people or send it to yours? or-
Either one of us will take care of it.
Y'all will sort that out amongst
Yes,
yourselves?
yep. Once we get it, we'll know which one to send it to who. Yep. Good question.
I was gonna ask about stains. All right, so they call you with a stain. What happens? We go out, you go out?
All right, so when your consumer calls in, we're gonna first look and see if it's a loose casing seat cushion. We know it's about $30 to replace most seat casings. We're not sending somebody out to clean it for $30 because we can't get your techs or our techs out for that cheap. We're just gonna order a new seat casing and send it to them. But if it's something that we know we can't replace the part that's loose back or whatever, then we're gonna send them out to clean it. Then if it can't be cleaned, then we're gonna order the part and replace that cut and sewn part.
You're gonna send the piece of furniture out to be cleaned?
The techs will come to the house
Your
to clean.
techs?
Your techs and ours, both.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right,
Either or.
Okay.
If your techs are booked, then you're gonna use ours.
okay.
The only time you guys, just so you know, the only time our service techs from Fast Furniture, Furniture Medic, US Quality, and whoever else, Brian and Todd, tell us you guys like in your markets, the only time our techs will ever go into your home is if your techs are booked for more than 14 days and can't get out there to service your customer. Because we try to make sure within 14 days we get your customer taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
in the old days when we had a program, you didn't sell it if it was like under $500. Y'all have a cap on it? Just-
Nope. You guys can sell it. And
They didn't price cost customer $500. We, we didn't sell the.
every piece of furniture except for accessories, you will be able to.
If I sell a $30 something, I can sell the one.
if you can get them to pay the, I know there's going to be a minimum charge. Brian's going to have all that stuff out today. So as long as you can get them, yes, you can. Hey, let's go over the outdoor real quick because I know you guys are fixing to have to start working, and then we'll still answer some more questions. On your outdoor furniture, you're covering food stains, including gum, beverage stains, human body fluids, except perspiration, body oil, and hair. You're covering pet fluids, except perspiration, body oil, and hair. Accidental rips, cuts, punctures, accidental burns, singe marks caused by brief contact with flame, cosmetics, suntan oil and lotion, bleach and caustic solutions, ink, markers, and dyes. On the umbrella mechanisms, you're covering the breakage of the glass tabletops, the breakage of the welds, and the breakage of the umbrella mechanisms. Yes?
The human body fluids except perspiration, body, and hair oil? What else is there? You mean like blood or something?
Oh yeah, you're going to cover blood. You'll cover urine, because that's the only thing you're not covering is just every day just laying on it and just sitting there sweating on it. If it looks like it's just been used and not an accident, we're going to cover it. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, you're going to have very little claims on outdoor furniture. That stuff's bulletproof. It's really, really good products. Yes, ma'am?
So I have a question, and I hate to be like,
No.
keep going.
No, keep asking.
This is a net. Yeah, okay.
We can get
Yeah,
her
net.
approval.
Yeah.
We can get her approval, we're good.
I don't understand, is that a warranty, I mean, a warning for him or something?
You missed
Okay, I
it.
had a customer, and this is a very true thingy. So, her kids, because she's got a pool outside, they got suntan lotion on them. She's got leather in the basement. The kids go outside, they come in, they sit on the leather. Suntan lotion gets on the leather and it ruins the leather.
Is that leather covered?
Is that covered?
Is the
Is
leather?
it a stain?
Is the leather covered because of the suntan lotion?
Yeah, it's a stain.
Hold on. 'cause I
So
think
it
what
counts as a stain.
You said ruined it.
I
What
don't-
did it?
It just faded it all the, I mean, it ruined it.
Well, I mean, fading's not
I mean, this
covered.
is real leather. This
Now
isn't the artificial
here's what
stuff.
you guys need to explain to your consumers.
suntan
Right,
lotion.
hold on. If it took a while and it faded it, that meant she did not call. That meant it got worn. If she gets on there and they're kids and she walks down there and sees that stain on there, we're going to cover it. But if she walks down in 6 months and that oil got in there and it just looks faded,
Yeah.
that's just wear and tear. There's a difference there.
Okay, so if it happens,
Tell her to call us. We're
Right
covering
away.
it. Absolutely.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
And so that, hang on just a second. So, and that's, in our call center in Edmond, you know, we hired ex-service managers, ex-furniture techs. So we're able to evaluate these claims based on pictures. They're talking to furniture people that understand loose casings, that understand outside arms, inside backs. And so that really makes us cost effective on how we evaluate the claim. So they're just not calling a call center and somebody just keying something up because that's what they said. They're able to walk the customer through, get specifics so we can adjudicate the claim quicker and more efficiently. So they're talking to qualified people in the service department.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you know, this is their area, the kids' area.
Sure.
She doesn't go down there every day and inspect and stuff.
Right.
But the pool's out there, the suntan lotion's out there, and then all of a sudden, the good leather furniture,
She's gonna have to call with the stain when it's
as
on
soon
there.
as she finds
Put
out
the
about
good
it.
leather
Right.
furniture in the basement for the kids.
Hey,
to use.
honey, this is their budget, not mine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just for clarification,
Yeah.
because it confused me a little bit what she was saying. That leather furniture has to be enrolled in the system.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
just make sure you do that.
they got to be enrolled in the program. Correct.
Well, no, because we were talking about outdoor furniture.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
You brought it, I was like,
because
did they?
he triggers the stuff here, the suntan. Right there it says suntan oil.
Can I say real quick, some of us got to go to another meeting real quick, but we are going to deny claims because there are abuse,
Yes.
accumulation of damage, and you know we ain't covering every claim or we go out of business.
That's right.
So, but the good part is we'll know before the customer knows, and if we're going to offer some kind of, like Cassandra's all the time offering a usage fee credit. Y'all deal with those all the time where we're giving them some kind of usage fee to trade it in and what. So we're gonna have all kind of things we can try to do to ease the pain of something versus just absolutely not cover whatever. But we are, it ain't no
No, it's-
100%.
it's not free for all.
We picked a plan we can all make money, like the Squircle. Because if we're losing and you're winning and the customer's winning and the vendor's winning and delivery crew's winning, but we're losing, it don't last. And this has to last.
Correct.
So, but Bree's updating the sheet with the cost structure and how you're gonna ring it and all that stuff. So she'll hand those out here in a few minutes.
Brian, give us the,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of a Cassandra and Brian question. Are you guys gonna continue, like, one of the problems we had in the past with Guardsman from the sales side, if I sold it, and Brian corrected it at the time, that we were caught up in that exchange, so we took a return. And are we gonna continue that policy where we're outside, you know, we're not gonna have to.
You're not gonna get a hit with our commission getting refunded and all that stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Y'all gonna continue that?
Yeah.
Christine, you got a question?
Yeah.
One thing I want to say really quick, just while we're all here, is one of the biggest problems that we had in our department with Mega is that the customers would say the salesperson told them, if anything happens to your sofa, like a rip, a tear, a burn, blah, 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 all the customer heard was, if anything happens to your sofa. So please try to be very clear on the front end about what it covers and what it doesn't.
about that period.
Well, I know, but that's like.
Your verbiage,
Yeah.
yes,
But
your
your
verbiage
customer,
helps.
your customer
And what they're
expectation.
saying, I'm saying, yes, everything that you're telling me is something that's covered, but all they heard was if anything is covered. I mean, if anything happens. And then I had one question for you, because you said that they can buy it on anything. We buy closeout stuff from Monday Company, which
Yeah.
is.
I think Brian was saying on the
That'll be in the
closeouts.
memo covered. It ain't
Yep.
on as-is closeouts.
Yep.
It's on rugs.
I just wanna make sure,
It's
'cause
on,
we
it's
already know
available
we
for
can't get parts
rugs.
for it.
Right.
Yeah, so we're not gonna allow it on the closeout. So, but it'll all be on the sheet Bree's gonna give you.
So I have a
We give them
question.
a copy
What's
of
the
this at the
best
time
way
of
to
purchase.
convey to the customer?
Front
make it
office will,
clear as
when they
possible
take their money, they'll
that
say
it's
for a tear sheet.
And for them to have
That's just
disclosure of what they're purchasing, that they understand what they're buying and what it covers. What's the best way? Because
So Bree will
there's
have
so
a
many
sheet
different
with how we're gonna
parts
do it
to
and all
that.
that
So-
This is how I'd always pitch it to my consumers.
We'll see. I'll be back.
Mr. and
in a
Mrs.
little
Jones,
bit.
I've just explained a benefits program to you. I promise you, if any accident happens, we're gonna be there to stay in there and take care of you. But Mrs. Jones, if you guys just use the fire out of your furniture, if you abuse your furniture, it's not what that covers. We cannot cover everything. And as soon as you tell them you cannot cover everything, they now know you truly believe in the program, because they now know you're not afraid to explain those benefits. Tell them, we're going to be there for any accident that happens, any rip, stain, tear. When your furniture breaks down under the manufacturer's warranty, we're going to be there for 4 years. When you explain that to them, I promise you. But she's exactly right. If you use that word, oh, it covers everything, they know you're lying to them, and they know they got to figure out how to get out of it, and they're going to say no to you. Do not sell in generalities ever. And the same thing when you're selling, Flex Steel, for one, is a fantastic product. That stuff is bulletproof and will last a long time. But if Mrs. Jones goes, is that going to last me forever?
No.
Mrs. Jones, nothing lasts you forever. But I promise you, under normal, everyday use, that's going to last you for as long as you need it to. But if, and use that little term, if little Johnny comes home and uses that as a trampoline, Mrs. Jones, it probably isn't going to last very long. They want the truth from salespeople. They do not want to be lied to. And you guys don't have to lie to them. You've got the best product in the world. You've got great prices, great product. You do not have to lie to get a sale. Be truthful with these people. And I'm going to close with one thing. When Mr. and Mrs. Jones tells you, oh, I'm not interested, as quick as you possibly can, turn and look at him and say, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I obviously did not explain the program properly because everybody else enrolls in it. Watch what happens. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to be left behind. When you tell them everybody else enrolls in the program, I'm not saying you're going to close this one, but you're going to get a chance to close it. Because what's the worst thing they can say?
No.
They can't eat you, they can't kill you, they don't get the firstborn. And like I said, I went to a public university, 5% or 15%. I'm working really hard on that 15% if I'm y'all. Yes, ma'am.
And then will we be able to give them something that they actually can
Yes.
look at themselves and they'll know?
When they go up to the cashiers, there's going to be, when they get their invoice, they're actually going to have a summary of coverage that's going to be stapled to their invoice.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
How do we register? Are we doing that?
No.
You'll do it behind the scenes through your IT department.
Yep.
So as far as sales.
The customer doesn't have to register or the sales staff.
Yep.
And then you got Kit.
Oh, last thing. I'm glad you said that. We got so many questions. I forgot all about the best part. No matter whether they buy a dining table or chairs or they buy a sofa, they're now going to get a furniture care kit. This is not, like I said, we don't do snake oils. We do products for the program. There's a wood polish in here. There's a fabric protector, fabric refresher in it, and then there's a leather conditioner cleaner in there. It's a 2-in-1 product. I promise you guys, these products are fantastic. Your consumers are going to actually love these products. But we're not selling this. We are giving this to them when they enroll in the program. And it is a 4-in-1 kit. And if you guys look at it, there's a pretty good value on this.
And it's at the warehouse?
They are at the warehouse. You're going to have some at each location that you can sell individually. And it will actually add value. I don't know if they decided whether it's
39 or 49.
I'd say-
I think we settled on 39.
I can say, yep, it was either going to be 39 or 49
$40 value.
that you're given free with enrolling in the program. Yep. Yes, sir.
Will that be delivered with the merchandise?
Yes. If they pick it up, they're going to get it at pickup, or if it's delivered, they're going to deliver it out with them. No, that's just for you guys to refresh yourself and read. What you do when you kind of key into SKU in stores right now, you will actually just send them up to the cashier. Then they will get a summary of coverage attached to their invoice.
You guys have a brochure we could.
Yeah, you guys will have table stands out, and then you'll have brochures that right when you come in, I'd hand them that brochure and say, hey, this explains our benefits program to you. Do not forget to have me enroll you today. I'd hand them that brochure at the same time because it shows what can happen.
Where are we starting, Junior?
Today.
Don't start today, I mean.
Okay, how much? We gotta know how much.
Ray's fixing it now.
They're doing it right now.
Have decided?
Yeah, that's what Brian's, he's going to give you the SKU number to put on and the price.
So, now, we're talking about what, 12% of the purchase price?
That's what I think Brian landed on,
Yeah.
about 12%.
We were talking about the 12%.
Yep.
And was it $89 minimum like a chair or $89 minimum?
For the plan of the product.
For the plan.
Plan.
So if they're buying a $399 recliner and they want to put this on there, it's
$89.99.
$89. And it's gonna cover it for 4 years.
And they still get the kit, right?
Yes, and they still get a kit.
They get the kit, that's half for what they're paying.
Right.
4 years covered,
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
not 5.
Not 5.
Now, as soon as you guys go on the loft, Brian said he's going to have tiers from like 0 to 500, 500 to make it really easy for you to sell. So that'll be happening in the next month.
No, we have.
Next 30 minutes, you're selling one, just at 12%.
Yep.
We have tier sheets
We
that
may make it a little simpler.
Yes.
that the cashiers are gonna give the customers. Not everybody checks out with the cashiers. A lot of the salespeople run their own sales, and we have stations in here, on there, on the back.
That's a good point. I'll make sure that they have the, because they come in pamphlets. So you'll just, when you give the customer a copy of their invoice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll just make sure they're at each bay to where you guys can attach it to. Any other questions? We're going to be here for a while too, so when they come up, just come on. Thank you.